Team coverage continues now with Zach Summers.
He's live in Polk County, where there are several trees down and some damage reported from storms this afternoon, Zach, including a high school.
Yeah, that's right. The authorities here telling us that there were students inside the high school, Cedartown High School, when the storm rolled through. The roof collapsed partially, and they had to evacuate the students out. No one was hurt, though, in that incident. I want to show you the situation here in town. We're on the southeastern part of town, and this is sort of the scene in this immediate area. We're not too far from the high school, just maybe less than a half a mile, but there are trees in the road, partially, in yards, and in some cases, we've seen trees partially on homes or causing slight damage. But this is sort of the scene here on the southeastern part of town. And earlier, if you were watching our coverage, you saw the extent of the damage at a cemetery not too far from here, Northview Cemetery. Big, large trees completely uprooted, toppled onto gravestones in that cemetery. That's really probably one of the hardest hit areas, but we wanted to show you more of the localized area in the communities itself today, where roads are blocked. You have utility services out here cutting these trees, because the other part of the story here in Cedartown is that the power is out, and that's led to some road closures. But again, most of the damage and most of the problems here in Cedartown are isolated to the southeastern part. We've also seen some localized flooding in this part of town. So that's sort of the situation here. Again, authorities telling us there were no injuries, just a really scary situation a little after 2 o'clock today as those storms roll through this part of Georgia. We're live in Polk County. Zach Summers, CBS 46 News.
Thank you, Zach. Sierra Cummings also keeping an eye on current weather conditions as these intense storms move through, and she joins us now live from Polk County, where tornado sirens were going off a little earlier. Sierra, fill us in.
You know what? Thankfully, we don't have so much damage or dangers to report as Zach Summers did there. We're in Cartersville. We're right next to Highway 41. Just behind me is the Cartersville Medical Center. And so much has changed within the last hour. As you mentioned, we heard those tornado sirens, but we watched the sky. It was ominous, a little daunting earlier. We're mostly seeing the rain pick back up right now. But when we first arrived around 5 o'clock, the lightning strikes were fairly steady every few minutes. Then we heard those tornado sirens at least for about 5 minutes. The clouds almost like waves in the sky. Very ominous view. Consistent thunder too. Our location was about 8 miles from possible tornadoes. And now it's much smoother, calmer right now. So kind of a sigh of relief. Live in Cartersville, Sierra Cummings, CBS 46 News.
Sierra, thank you. Now is the time to download the free CBS 46 streaming app. You'll want to have it on hand tonight to get weather alerts sent directly to your smartphone. The app is free and available for Apple and Android users.